right. We up here getting it rocking. We recording. Cool. Everything working. Everything smooth. Let me just make sure. Hold on. We're gonna talk about. Let me just title this joint real quick. This is called we're gonna be talking about Bill Cosby and all types of things. We talking about all types of things today. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go live. We live or we live? Oh, this joint already started recording, so we Gucci. Okay. Alright, let's get it cracking. Let me just stretch real quick. I know I look crazy. I'm all hairy and shit. Don't worry about that. Don't look at me like that. Let's focus. Alright? I'm going to start this joint off with a nice little inspirational video. For those that complain about support, always crying about support, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick.
Fuck support. You don't need support to make it. You want to be a baker, you want to make a cake, go get the ingredients, start making the cake, put it in the oven, let people smell it, and then they going to support you. That's just how it works. Take it from me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start getting support until now. I couldn't get a nigga to pull up to an open mic. I couldn't get a nigga to come to the studio session. That's just how it worked. You sit up here crying and worrying about support. Anybody that tell you need support, fuck them. Nobody successful gonna tell you need support. What you need is work ethic and connection. You make that shit happen, and all the rest gonna fall in place. Fuck support, nigga. All you need is you. Believe, make it happen.
Yeah, I saw that on the internet today. I felt like I wanted to share that with y'all today because I feel like that's an important message. It's a very, very, very important message. Let me just share this joint real quick. Let me share this stream because I want people to know I'm live. I want them to come on here. Let me get some people on here. They can always do the playback. Make this joint shareable for everybody. One time. Just let me get it taken care of. I know. Sorry for the podcast people listening because I'm not cutting none of this shit out. Y'all gonna have to just bear with me. You gotta bear with me. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me tell Instagram and Snapchat as well. What's up, y'all? I'm live on Facebook page Mars World Radio, so make sure you go to Mars World Radio, watch me live. I'm up. We got to talk about some things. There's a lot of shit that's been going on. We need to discuss it. Get on Mars World Radio on Facebook Live right now. Tune in. So I'm about to upload these, and then we're gonna get it cracking. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cracking right now. Boom. Alright. I shared everything. I'm going to just get started. Because I figured some people going to come for playback. It's going to be on the podcast. Some people going to come in live late. You can rewind it. Whatever you need to do. Do what you got to do. Let's get it cracking though. First things first. Let's talk about some things. Let's talk about the big news, honestly. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years, no less than 3 years in jail. State jail. He's going to state. He's not doing fed. He's doing state. For a situation that happened in 2014. Now, I know a lot of people thinking like, yo, I don't feel like he should have went to jail, or he should have been in jail longer, or whatever the case may be. And to be completely honest, I'm not even here to talk about whether he's guilty or whether he's not guilty. As far as in actuality, I'm here to talk about he was found guilty, so what happens next? You feel what I'm saying? Because we must talk about what happens next. Because if Bill Cosby is guilty, if Bill Cosby was found guilty and he's going to jail, then we now know we can stop all that this person's too old to go to jail shit, right? Remember, I made a post and I made an article on Blogger. I wish I can find the article. I would love to share with y'all about Carolyn Dunham. I believe that's how you pronounce her name, white supremacist lady. She was the woman who falsely accused Emmett Till of whistling at her and got him killed. So that technically makes her an accessory to murder because she not only made the false accusation, she went through with it, knew what was going to happen to the boy, didn't do anything to stop it, and so on and so forth. And the two men that killed him got off too. So she's an accessory to murder. Now, she admitted to this in 2017, almost 2 years ago now, because we in September, so almost 2 years ago, she admitted to this in 2017. You know what I mean? So let's say 18 months, whatever. And I expect her to be arrested and prosecuted, right? Because that's accessory to murder. Is there a statute of limitations on accessory to murder? That's the next question. You know what I mean? It may not. Oh, look, my light gonna be all fucked up. Hold on now. Can't have my light fucking up. That's just from my computer. If that shit go black, whatever. Y'all can still see me. But technically, she's now accessory to murder. What's the statute of limitations on that? Is we gonna start going back 30 years and 40 years? Because what people don't understand is this is a conviction for Bill Cosby from 2014, as you can see up here. I like that. I like this little technology I got. So Bill Cosby is getting convicted from a 2014 sexual assault case. He's not getting convicted from stuff that happened 30 years ago because there's statutes of limitations on that. They were able to scrap up some bullshit from 2014 and act like they can find him guilty of it just to give him some type of punishment. This man is 80 years old. He's probably going to die in those 3 years because it's no less than 3 years. So he's probably going to die those 3 years while he's in prison. You feel what I'm saying? So this is just hey, all that stuff you did, all that shit you said for us, we thank you for cooning it up. We thank you for disrespecting your own people. Hey, I get it. You old. They were young. You wasn't with all that young dumb shit, whatever the case may be. Cool. We glad you did our handiwork for you. But let me fuck you now, Mr. Bill Cosby. Let's fuck you in the ass, Mr. Bill Cosby. They pulled up some bullshit from 2014. I don't even believe that 2014 shit, to be completely honest with you, because that was 4 years ago. He was 76 years old. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just like the Brett Kavanaugh situation. See, a lot of people think because you're a certain race, you're supposed to align yourself with certain sides of things, and that's not how it works. See, the whole situation with Brett Kavanaugh is, I'm not arguing whether he did it or he didn't do it. That happened 30 years ago. I don't know if he did it. No, there's no way to prove it. My argument comes with everybody trying to put the lady that pulled out, because now it's two ladies, one from high school, one from college, these women as some type of high moral women all of a sudden. They're brave women because they came out against the big bad monster. No, fuck both of them. And I'm going to tell y'all why I say fuck both of them. There's a reason why I say, yup, alleged rape victims. I'm saying fuck both of them, and I'm going to stand on that. Here's why. Now, y'all sat here and said, the one woman, the first one was like, I just couldn't bring myself to see him get such a powerful position, knowing what he did to me. Well, bitch, he was a judge for about 20 fucking years. Where was your antennas when he was already presiding over people in the court of law? What the fuck do you mean? You mean to tell me you don't think local judges can send people to jail? You think people only go to jail if they go to the fucking Supreme Court? Are you kidding me? That's what you think? You think people only go to jail if they go through the Supreme Court? You don't know that city judges, state judges, federal judges, they all can send motherfuckers to jail. So explain to me how you think somehow your morals kick in now that he's going to the Supreme Court, or he's a Supreme Court nominee. It don't look like it's going to happen. I don't really know what's happening in this situation. Again, I'm not arguing whether he's guilty or not. My point is her fucking morals. And let me tell you how that ties into Bill Cosby. See, the situation with Bill Cosby is these women's morals. Why did you wait 30 fucking years to come out with this bullshit, and then they was able to scrape up some fuck shit from 2014 just so they can make sure he was in he was within the statutes of limitations, so they can give him some type of jail time, so you can smack this man on his way to death? Are you fucking kidding me? All I'm saying is, listen, I'm not arguing guilt. I am not on here arguing guilt. I don't know who's guilty, who's innocent. I'm arguing the morals of these women who claim to be for the cause, who claim to have been awoken after 30 fucking years. You sat here and watched this person elevate through life for 30 fucking years, and now you want to say something? What if they went on to harm 30 more women, 40? Y'all said Bill Cosby harmed, what, 70-something women allegedly? I don't believe that shit, dude, to be honest. I'm just be straight up with you. I don't believe the shit with Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? I don't believe that whole 70-something women or none of that. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody always say, why would 70-something women lie? Why? If it's something to gain, if they can get something out of it, y'all don't understand. You don't know how those women were living. Some of the women may be in foreclosure. Somebody say, hey, listen, you need, what, 5,000 to clear up that foreclosure? Let me take care of that. All you got to do is say this. We're not going to get you on no perjury charge. We just need a group of women to come through and we can take him down. All you got to do is say this for a little money. Or all you got to do is see one person say it and say, oh, I can get some money out of this. I used to hang out with him. Y'all don't think that ever happens? That happened to broke motherfuckers, let alone somebody like Bill Cosby. Are you kidding me? All I'm calling into question is the morale of the people that decide they like to come out at this point. That's all I'm calling in question. Now, my next question comes from a photo I saw that I feel like we need to discuss it. We need to discuss this. Right here. We need to discuss it. Harvey Weinstein. We know what's up with him. That wasn't 30 years ago. That was recent. Harvey Weinstein was very recent. When is he getting locked up? When is he going to jail? Roman Polanski, that motherfucker been in hiding forever. Donald Trump, they say, I want to know what we got to do with Donald Trump is we got to stop confusing immoral behavior with criminal behavior. You see what I'm saying? We got to stop confusing immoral behavior with criminal behavior. Because I know I just called out those women's morals. I called out their morals, right? So Donald Trump we can't confuse immoral behavior with criminal behavior. So because Donald Trump said some immoral shit or had immoral behavior, we can't just assume that he did criminal things. So for instance, if he say in the clip that I heard, he say they let you. You could just grab them by the pussy. If they let you, that's consent. It may be immoral. It may be immoral to do, immoral to say, but it's not criminal. So I'm gonna hold off on the Donald Trump one. Again, I know everybody, especially black people, y'all get so up in arms when somebody say something good about somebody y'all hate. Or y'all get up in arms when somebody don't feel the same way you feel about somebody. I was in class on yesterday, and I was arguing the Brett Kavanaugh situation, how I said we need to call into question those women's morals. Because they sitting here trying to sit on the moral compass as to why they're calling out Brett Kavanaugh. And we need to talk about the morals that they had for the past 30 years when they sat here and watched this man for 20 years be a judge. 15, 10, I don't give a fuck how long he was. However many long, let's just say 10. For 10 years, he's a fucking judge in wherever he was in his local area. And y'all didn't have no moral issues with that. Y'all didn't have no moral issues with him presiding over cases. You know he could have been presiding over sexual assault cases, murder cases, drug cases, all type of fucking cases. He could have been presiding over those cases, but no one said anything. No one had an issue with it. And now all of a sudden, he's getting the Supreme Court nomination. All of a sudden, these issues come out. So you didn't have an issue with him having power over people in that local area, but now you have an issue because you know if Brett Kavanaugh gets on that Supreme Court, he swings the whole... This changes... I don't think people understand the significance of this Brett Kavanaugh thing. Until y'all understand the significance of the Brett Kavanaugh thing, of him becoming a Supreme Court justice, you'll understand why I call out these allegations. Because I told y'all, I don't sit on no side. I don't have no loyalty to the Democrats. I don't have no loyalty to the Republicans. I'm a registered independent. Once after this midterm is done, I drop my Democratic status and become an official independent. I already got my letter and everything to prove it. I'm done. Like I am not on either side because neither side works for me. I got to be able to look at a candidate for what they offer, what I want in my life, how they can help me progress in my life on a local, federal basis, and go from there. I do not have time to be sitting here being blind loyalty to any party, Democrat or Republican, if they're not within my best interest. I need to go candidate by candidate, evaluate each one. You feel me? So I'm going to sit independent until I decide if I want to go to another party or whatever the case may be. I'm going to sit pretty, baby. But what I will say is, I'm going to get back to my point with Brett Kavanaugh is we got to call those women into morals into question. So let me tell you the significance of it. You know, I want to segue real quick. If Brett Kavanaugh, what happened was the Supreme Court Justice, I forgot his name. I forgot his name. He was what most people would say very fair. He was a swing vote. So y'all know what a swing state is, like Ohio or Pennsylvania, where they'll go either way, whichever way they see fit at that point in time. So he wasn't blind loyalty to either side, right? So he was always a tie-breaking vote because you got to have 9 Supreme Court justices because, 5-4. That's where the votes come from. He was always a tie-breaking vote. And whichever way he sided, it's usually always landed on him too. Whichever way he sided is which way it was going to go, right? So now this is going to be a time where somebody like a Brett Kavanaugh is going to lean heavy Republican. So if they wanted to repeal Roe versus Wade, they can do that. If they want to change the immigration laws, now they can go through with that with the Supreme Court. And if they wanted to change gun laws, they can go through with that. They want to change, when you want to make major changes, it goes through the Supreme Court. You feel me? That's how your lives are based on Supreme Court votes. You understand me? So who a Supreme Court justice is very important. So if you believe in abortion, you believe you need to have the right to have abortion, if Brett Kavanaugh get in and Donald Trump decides he wants to write a law to abolish abortion, or he wants to abolish abortion, period, or whatever the case may be, to feed his fan base, to get back into office in 2020, he can do that. With Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court will overrule Justice Roe v. Wade. They will overrule it and they can swing it back if they so want to. I don't know if they're going to. They say they are, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. Is that they want the wall too? You know what I mean? The problem with the wall is the Supreme Court is making it the immigration policies. They're calling them immoral and say no, we can't have these immigration policies. Go do something else. And Trump's trying to also repeal and replace Obamacare, and it's hard to get that stuff done when the Supreme Court is always going against you, and you got Congress, you got the House of Representatives. Those guys got to get in line too. And that's why when John McCain died, all these people started going, oh no, we got to save McCain, because the clip came out about Obama, how he talked to his own supporter, and he said, no, Obama's a good man, we just have a different opinion. All that kind of stuff. It don't take much to impress black people. They get easily impressed. It's sad, it's pathetic, but whatever. I ain't about to sit and go back and forth with that. So Brett Kavanaugh is important. So the point is, I want to get back to this list, is a Supreme Court justice is very important to have fair justices. When you have them leaning one way or the other, that's where you get issues at. Plus, how it works is you can't have a president can't basically kick out all the Supreme Court justices to get all his Republican Supreme Court justices in, because then he can just control too many branches of government, conflict of interest, checks and balances, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get into those details. I'll let y'all do the research on that, because I always tell you I need the research, right? Okay. So moving forward. Also, Charlie Rose is on the list. Woody Allen, James Levine, Bill O'Reilly. All these guys with sexual allegations. The thing with Bill O'Reilly is the women decided they're not going to press charges because they were paid off by Fox News. So that's the problem with sexual assault. See, I think murder and molestation, if I'm not mistaken, child molestation, sex with a minor in particular, because that covers child molestation and everything. I think those are the only only two crimes that don't need the victim of it to press charges in order for the police or whoever to pursue. So that's where the issues come in at. If it was mandatory pursuit in regards to murder cases and things of that nature, we'll see murder rates go down. But when you have it at the police discretion, they can protect who they want, or they can be aggressive to whoever they want. We see, for instance, that police officer in Dallas, Amber Geiger, She finally got fired after a few weeks, or however long it's been. I think it's maybe a couple months. I'm not sure. She's finally got fired in regards to that. So I know everybody's happy about that. I know I'm happy about that. But the fact it took so long, it's only one answer for that.
She must be white, everybody.
It's only one answer for that. That's a funny clip, yo. I had to get it. It's hilarious. It's only one answer for why Amber it took so long. You can say all this police investigation, all types of shit, and whatever. It was plenty of time, so she got fired. So we're gonna see if she's gonna get prosecuted. We know she got charged with manslaughter, if I'm not mistaken, right? How you get charged and then get fired? You should have got fired then charged, but whatever. You know how they do. Those men in blue and women in blue like to protect each other to the fullest extent of their power and authority. And then they like to get mad when people say all cops are bad because they like to protect the bad cops. This is what I mean, right? You can't protect bad people and not say you're not a bad person. Speaking of cops, Stephanie Costanzo, right in Niagara Falls, New York, has still shown her she's still out here committing crime. Now let me give y'all a little backstory. Let me rewind. Let me back it up. All right. Stephanie Costanzo was a Niagara Falls Police Department police officer. While she was on duty, her boyfriend was dealing drugs and storing them at her house. They found out, she got fired, they brought her to trial, they gave her ass 3 years probation. Here she is, about a year later, got a rapist. She's aiding and abetting a wanted man who's a convicted rapist and pedophile. I mean, I said it when she got originally caught. She should have been, actually thrown in jail. Maybe she'll learn a thing or two, but she just showing her ass. So now she's in jail now. So we're going to see what happens at this point. I'm sure she's going to get a light sentence as normal. She's a former cop, so they're going to say it's dangerous for former cops to be in jail because, oh no, women are going to get brutally beaten and all this craziness. Fuck her. I don't give a fuck. Fuck her. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You should have never did what you did. Your ass belong in fucking jail. Should have been in jail the first time around, but I already know what probably happened. You probably snitched or cooperated with police. Say it was not that doing me. It was him. He manipulated me. All types of fuck shit. Fuck her. Stay your ass in jail. You know what I mean? Stay your ass in jail. And y'all know the only reason why she wasn't in jail, right? Y'all know why?
She must be white, everybody.
I love that shit. I can't lie. I love it. Nevertheless, let's move on. So yeah, to put a kibosh on this whole thing. I expect everybody to be arrested, tried, and sent to jail as necessary, however I need to go. I don't care how we need to do it. We just need to get it done. Period. So we just go from there. But again, it's whatever. We're gonna see. And we're gonna see if they're gonna pull that card of that ooh-ah. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Those that tuned in, I see my brother said hi, hello, and all that good stuff. That's all I got for y'all today. This episode, I'm gonna upload this video, and I'm gonna upload the audio to podcast as well. So if you haven't caught the whole thing, you'll be able to rewatch the whole video, or you can listen to the podcast, Mars World Radio. Make sure you are following me. Following me at It's X Marv, ITSXMARV. Make sure you following me on all social media platforms. Make sure you also follow Mars World Radio. Like the page if you looking at it through a share or whatever the case may be. Make sure you like this page. You already on here. Like the page so you can catch me next time. I just wanted to pop in on this whole situation with these sexual allegations, morals, non-morals, whatever the case may be. I just wanted to pop in on that and let y'all know about what's going on, how I feel about it. You know what I mean? So let me know what y'all saying. And send me some comments, man. Tell me how y'all feel about it. You can comment on Facebook, social media, whatever. I'm trying to get something pulled up for y'all. All right, Royal. Where is it, motherfucker? I can't find it. Whatever. But we're going to get out on this clip again. I want to play this for y'all one more time before we go. I think it's important. I want my people that's out here looking for support, waiting for support, whatever the case may be, to feel this on another level. Check it out, and then we out.
Fuck support. You don't need support to make it. You want to be a baker, you want to make a cake, go get the ingredients, start making the cake, put it in the oven, let people smell it, and then they going to support you. That's just how it works. Take it from me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start getting support until now. I couldn't get a nigga to pull up to an open mic. I couldn't get a nigga to come to the studio session. That's just how it works. You sit up here crying and worrying about support. Anybody that tell you need support, fuck them. Nobody successful gonna tell you need support. What you need is work ethic and connection. You make that shit happen, and all the rest gonna fall in place. Fuck support, nigga. All you need is you. Believe, make it happen.